Hey, it's Susan here at Mount Comfort RV to talk again about another fabulous fifth wheel and an even more amazing price. The value on this Cedar Creek 360RL is absolutely unbelievable. I think you're going to love it. I know I do. And if you've been following any of my videos, shame on you if you're not. If you've been following any of my videos, you know that I love to talk about the best things in an RV are often things that you cannot see. And one of those on this one is going to be its amazing construction. It's going to be 16-inch on-center aluminum studs and trusses up in your ceiling. It's an all aluminum cage construction. It is just the most strong, light, well put together fifth wheel. And it's one that a lot of my customers choose if they're going to be long timing or full timing in a fifth wheel. So we've got some beautiful gel coat fiberglass on the outside. And then one of the things I wanted to point out to you too is it does come with the air ride trailer hitch. This was an option that we decided to bring in on it. Get some great LED lights for accent here, if I can talk. We're going to walk over here to the side. I want to point out a couple of features that probably make this a full-time favorite with my customers. One of them, of course, is easy access to things like the hydraulics for your slide, battery right there. This is going to be on a 6-point auto level, which I like a lot. Of course, if you've ever had to wind up a cold power cord, you know how much this is a value, this power reel. But I also want to show you this is going to be a non-skid floor in your basement, and we'll open the other side. This is an absolutely enormous fifth wheel basement. They're large anyway, but this one is huge and it is insulated and heated. So something to be thinking about. Of course, all your water lines are going to be up inside the coach as well. And all of the tanks come with 12-volt heat pads, all of them. I love this water station here. Everything you need to do, all your functions consolidated very nicely. Of course, your chassis kill switch is right here. And I love the fact that we've already got this hooked up here to show you. This is your outside shower, and this is hot and cold water. Great for rinsing off muddy objects, including the dog, which may or may not have rolled in something other than mud. This is your water heater here, and one of the options that you can choose to bring in on your Cedar Creek is a Truma on-demand water heater. We've done the standard here. Of course, you're going to be on 50 amp power. Another reason for that is you're going to have 2 Whisper Quiet air conditioners. We're going to step back here just a little bit, give you a nice idea of just how beautiful this coach is. Of course, a metal skirting on here. Super solid frame. Of course, Cedar Creek still doing your mounted back ladder. Some companies have done away with that. And you have a 2-inch accessory receiver hitch. Now, this is not for double towing a boat, folks. This is a bicycle rack. These are usually limited to about 100 pounds. You don't want to go much more beyond that. So we're going to kind of shimmy down this way. You can see Cedar Creek about a year ago really kind of cleaned up the graphics. A little bit more of a clean look to it. You can do full body paint if you choose. Of course, frameless windows on the outside. We've optioned in an additional awning off of the slide out room. Of course, we don't have quite enough room to deploy that here. And we also added the optional slide out toppers, something that I typically recommend. I love Cedar Creek's big 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Solid steps with independently adjustable feet. Folks, if you've never had this kind of a step system, you will never go back to what I call the old gadunk-gadunk steps. This is so easy. One more spray port here on the other side. So if you wanted to set up a little kitchen over here, we have 2 110 outlets. And again, that quick connect water, just cold on this side. Now, I promised you I'd show you the other side of the basement. Boy, this door is heavy. You can't get a feel for that on a video. You're gonna have to come in and actually pick this up for yourself. Look how enormous this basement is. I mean, here. I have got plenty of room in here. Don't shut the door, Troy. These are the accessories for what they call your intervac. It's something along the lines of a central vacuum for inside your coach. Speaking of inside your coach, we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and then we're going to go on inside the 360RL. Stick with me. There are a lot of great things to see. Thanks everybody for sticking with me. We're now inside Cedar Creek's 360 RL. And you can see it's a pretty normal or typical fifth wheel floor plan. Couch in the back, theater seats over here, and then over here, your fireplace. Great fireplace. It's going to be either just pretty or pretty and warm. That's a space heater. When you're hooked up to shore power or 110, if you had a generator, great. It won't run on batteries. It's got to have a little bit of juice going behind it. Your television right here is hooked up to a televator. So when you're not watching television, you don't want this thing around, it will actually drop back down inside the cabinet, and it really cleans it up in here, makes it look really nice. And if you're hiding the television, say from grandkids, from the kids, it's a great way to say, oh, the TV just doesn't work. Now, I'd like to draw your attention to this sofa. I thought they knocked it out of the park with this. It's fabric. Troy, I don't know if you could really see. This is woven fabric. It's a highly stain resistant, easily cleanable fabric. So it's not going to be sticky and slimy on your thighs in the summertime, and it's not going to be ice cold when you sit down on it in the wintertime. I really thought they did a great job of, again, making this feel so much like you're at home. Of course, we've got day-night shades. We have the day shades pulled right now. I love to be able to show people when the sun is shining on these back windows, as this is a western exposure. If you put your hand behind this shade, you can see easily plenty of things behind it, but the amount of heat that this cuts is phenomenal. So it's really going to save on your heating and cooling costs. Of course, as I said before, we did option in the second air conditioner here on the Cedar Creek. So we do have 50 amp power, both 15,000 BTU air conditioners. And when I talk about whisper quiet, if we could just take a quick shot of the ceiling, all you're going to see are ducts and returns. The condenser unit is not going to be exposed, so it is going to be a much more residential sounding air conditioning system. Of course, Cedar Creek did give you a great ceiling fan. It's going to do a great job of moving the air, and I love the ceiling fixtures that we've got here in the kitchen. Do more than just doing a great job of directing light onto that solid surface countertop, but take a look, by the way, at this sink. This is huge. You could get an entire enormous super spaghetti pot down in there. That's a lot of pasta to be draining. I mean, most travel trailers and fifth wheels don't have a sink this large, and this is your second sink. Of course, you got that great sort of industrial look pull down faucet. I kind of like the black here. It's going to be a little bit easier to keep clean. Of course, as we see in our Cedar Creeks, we're going to have a 4-burner full-size oven range. That's just amazing. You can actually make a turkey in there, anything you want. 30-inch microwave, I believe, here. Tons of room up here. Residential size and style. Backsplash right here. I love this shiny backsplash. It's so much easier to clean. It's not paper. It's not just a wallboard. It's actually a really nice material. Super nice range hood. Outlets on both sides of the stove, so you can put your appliances where you want, but there's even a secret place to put your appliances that I love even better, and that's right here. Of course, all of these slide out, but it's this drawer I love the best. There's a 110 outlet in the back, so toaster, coffee maker, whatever it is you want, right there, and when you're done with it, just push it back out of the way and it's ready to use again. That's an enormous pantry, and of course, we've got an absolutely massive residential refrigerator. You're going to have an inverter, of course, to run this. But again, this is another reason why a lot of my customers love this for either just a lot of camping on a permanent site, long time or full time residential staying camping. Is that a word? Camping? Staying camping? Cabinets all the way up to the ceiling. Love the hidden hinges. It just gives it a nicer, cleaner, more finished look. Looks a lot more like a luxury motorhome than a camper. Of course, they've continued your solid surface countertop over here, giving you an outlet right here. Additional LED light disc. Just plenty of places we can just get a little extra light. One thing I did miss, and that is this little strip of LED lights underneath your fireplace. Fabulous night light. So if you've got kids or grandkids staying or somebody else staying on the sofa, nice low lighting that's not going to blind them. Well, Well, let's take a quick trip back through here. Of course, we've got a freestanding dinette with really solidly built chairs, folks. Those don't wiggle or rock at all. They're meant to be used for a while. There is an additional leaf that pops out here, and your slide out floor to camper floor transition is virtually nil. I like the fact that I can actually park this chair on both floors and it's still rock solid. So we've got plenty of opportunities to get more folks in here and enjoy the camper. Walking back here, I'll do a quick little stop here. I want to show you that most of the things, in your camper are going to be controlled from this panel. So one of the cool things is I can turn all the lights off at once, pop them all back on at the same time. This is where you're going to check your tanks. This is where you're going to operate your slide outs. This is where you operate your heating and cooling. There's our tank monitoring right there. Of course, there should be nothing in there because it's a brand new unit. And as we step back here, whoopsie, losing all my stuff. Let's take a quick look in the bathroom. I'm going to go ahead and precede everybody here. This is your shower, and I've got some good wing space here. I mean, I'm 5'4". I certainly have a lot of room up above, and then from side to side, I'm not banging on the sides here. Going to be a little bit more narrow this way, but I could get it done easily. Lots of shelves, and of course, the thing that we can no longer do without, a seat in the shower. Whether you just pop your legs up there for a little whisk, or whether it's you actually need to sit down in your shower. I love this linen cabinet. This is very deep, great for towels and everything, but that's not the only place you have for storage. This vanity knocks it out of the park. Of course, dual sinks with just the single, whoops, there goes the antifreeze, but with the dual control there, or the single control for hot and cold, ground fault interrupter circuit here. And look, his and hers cabinet and drawers. Nobody needs to fight. You each have the same number of drawers and the same cabinet. His is none, mine is all. Okay, back to the bedroom. I got some great things to show you in the bedroom. That little LED light strip, once again, underneath here. 6 drawers in our little vanity right here. Plenty of places to store things. This little brown box, a lot of people are confused by what this is. This is a space heater for the bedroom. So if you just want to take the chill off before you get out of bed, this is a great way to do that without firing up the LP tanks and heating up the whole camper, because maybe it's going to get a little bit warmer during the day. We don't need that much. So this is a great option that we've brought in on it. Of course, large windows here and operable windows in the slide box. If you're wondering where you park your stuff, these are solid. So this is where the tablet, the phone, all of your other stuff goes. I can talk. USB charge outlets on both sides. You will have access to 110 on both sides as well. So if you have a breathing machine, a CPAP, you are going to have the opportunity, especially on this side. Let me get out of the way so Troy, you can see that. There is an opportunity to put a little nightstand there. They actually make CPAP stands now. Or that's something that you can task your favorite high schooler who's in shop class to do. Huge, huge closet. Of course, roughed in for washer dryer. Washer dryer is available from the factory, or we can install it aftermarket. It's a little stackable unit. Not quite as large, of course, as a residential, but you're still going to be able to have a washer dryer here. I love all of the shelving space back here. Goes all the way through. All right, pull this back. Now you can see this enormous closet. When they put the closets in the cab, they usually are big, this one especially so. Now, one of the things that you're seeing too is there's no step up, not here, and that's the reason for that is the way that Cedar Creek does this top plate. One of the things that it also allows you to do is you'll get both LP bottles on the same side on the exterior, so it's a lot easier to fill that. Well, folks, this is just a very quick look at one of my favorite campers, the Cedar Creek 360 RL. There's so much more to tell you. Please give me a call here at Mount Comfort RV. I'm Susan Dillman Stills.